And how cool is that? Look for your favorite. Thanks for sharing, Ange. Ange, you're highlighted in this round of sketch cover madness. Not once, but twice, right? That's Ange. Ange's character, celestial angel person, and that's Havoc. And I think this is Ange's as well. Batman, Joker, Catwoman, Harley mashup. That came out pretty good. Stand by while I set up my Marvel talent statement. What? Oh, I got a royalties? Did I get royalties? I got royalties. Yay. I just got a royalties statement from Marvel. Yay. Royalties are always fun. I need Safari. I need Whatnot. I need shows. I need open show. Can I start sharing? How do I start sharing? Something went wrong. I'm not going to bother with it. Don't worry. Something always goes wrong here on the Whatnot laptop. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to take what I can get today and move on. Vote for your most favorite piece. You've got Mojo from the X-Men. You've got Ange. Help me out with this character's name, please. Sorry, I forgot. I keep thinking Celestial Weaver, but I know that's not it. You got a few votes on my Facebook page, and someone specifically said, "I don't know who this is, but it's a great drawing." So congrats, Ange. And then we've got Havoc from X-Men / X Factor, and then we've got a Batman gem piece. We got an uphill climb for 1, 2, and 3 because the recognizability factor of number 4 is pretty bananas. Everybody knows who those characters are, so that's that. So what should we do today? Well, I have to finish coloring this. This is a must. And maybe I'll do some coloring today. I'll color one of these other sketches. Coming back from the North Shore Collector Fest, which was right here in my town, Danvers, Mass. It's not my hometown. Hometown is where you grew up, right? So Danvers isn't my hometown, but it's where I live. And there was a show last Saturday and Sunday. Cozy little show in an athletic center she's about 2 miles away from where I live. So you got to show up, right? And I did surprisingly well. It was very nice. There were a lot of families there, a lot of first timers, which I love, like ramping people up to the convention scene. I thought it was a perfect show for that. Thanks to Tom and the gang, uh, Nick, and I'm missing Russ, and I'm missing one other person for having me at the show. It was a good time. Very good. Recommended. I look forward to going back if they'll have me. Here's some eBay thing. One second. Why, yes, I do search for my own work sometimes on eBay just to keep tabs. I saw a page which I forgot to print out. Venom Spider-Man page go for $515. This one struck me because I'm pretty sure I did this here on the stream, and so um, I'm not sure if it's sold for that amount. But usually when it says best offer, the line is crossed off, isn't it? So that's what they were asking for, at least. And something like this here on the stream is $200, half price. So keep that in mind. If this sells, guess what? guess what's happening to my rates? Some sketch cards that I've done over the years. This one was for Upper Deck. Sold. This one I did for Rittenhouse. It's a Falcon. I love the original Falcon design. I love it. Electra. The Thing. I like that drawing of The Thing. Here's something I know I did here on the stream. A finished jam piece. I'm not sure who the other artists are, but this one came out cool, actually. It overwhelms the whole rest of the piece, which is well done. Rodney. Rodney. I'm still setting up. I'm still waking up. Let's listen to a podcast while we're setting up. Hold on. Buy these now or regret it. Top 10 trending comics. See that? You guys take notes. These guys are experts in the retail field, right? So buy these comics now or you'll regret it. And I'll offer my commentary. Commercials. Bye. Guess what? What? Black Forest gummies are organic. No way, really? Bye. Number 10 on the list, Daredevil 181. This is the death. Oh, you should buy this. Killed by Bullseye. We have $65 high average sales. Wait for it. $134 for a CGC 9.8. What the hell? That's cheap. Criminally low. Like, I just think that is insultingly low. It really is. 271% increase in copies sold this week on nothing more than some Instagram photos that are kind of old and some comments. But man, this is a fan favorite. Anybody interested in Bloodshot comics? Signed by my buddy Kevin Van Hook. He's the writer. Yeah, this is one of the few occasions I would say skip the high grade. Possibly a co-creator. I'm not sure what the Bloodshot lineage is for creators, because there were quite a few fingers in the midst, including me. But If anybody's interested, $5 a piece. I'll auction them for $10. Oh, here's another one by my buddy Kevin, signed in gold. Nearly legible. But I gotta be honest, about this time I was signing illegible signatures also. Yeah, what was that? Streaming right after rolling out of bed. Wild times. I know, right? I needed a break. I was actually up at 6 o'clock this morning, but I just needed another hour. I get so bad because I can't function sometimes if I don't have enough sleep. My brain is also news. Fresh news. I have a Marvel team up blank. Spider-Man meets Invincible. I haven't read it yet. But if anybody wants a commission of Invincible, that would be a good one, right? Oh, I have a space next to my desk. It has piles and piles of things on them. And I'm going to clear this shit up at some point. Very, very soon, I hope. It's Miss Mayhem. I saw you earlier this morning. Thank you for helping me out. I appreciate it. You're so great. Miss Mayhem, did you buy anything from Riverbend today? If yes, share with class, please. It's called getting old. I need at least 7 to 8 hours. Of course, it's probably getting old, but for me, it's I think when I eat food. If I eat food, it weighs me down. And I had a very large breakfast today. I had like huge. I had pasta with meatballs and a bowl of cereal. So I have a feeling that just all of that just crashed my body. I find that when I don't eat anything, my mind is clear. I have full energy. I don't think about being tired. Um, so I'm gonna say that that's the main reason. Just putting these in order. If anybody sees something they like, let me know. Maybe this one. This one might look badass. Like all red. Like blood red. Like, is this symbiote ooze or is it blood? I'm not sure. This one, I think I might jump on that one today. Also, this would be a good one to warm up to, and then I'll do this connected covers. I'll do this one. That wouldn't be a bad idea, Joe. Thank you. I did this weekend at the show. Anybody interested in this one? I'll color this one too. It's a yawn and stream show. LOL. You're welcome. I missed out on the Diablo comic book. LOL. Any carbs will knock you out. That's what happened. Had to find it on another site right after the stream. You were on a mission. Miss Mayhem on a mission. Spidey Venom Drippy is awesome. Flames. What show were you at? I was at the hey, you want to co-host? Keep me busy. Keep me awake. You can bow out if you like. At the moment I can't. No worries. I was at the Danvers North Shore Collector Fest. That's what it was called. and a bunch of the local retailers were there who I know. And this one guy, his name is Tom. He's the guy who runs the show. He's like, I'm going to get you on a cover, a variant cover. I'm going to get it. It's my goal. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I have to text him and thank him for a great show. It was, Danvers is, it's called a city, I think. Is it City of Danvers or Town of Danvers? I think it's a town, but it's fairly quiet town, so I didn't expect a heck of a lot, but you got to represent, right? So I went to the show and I did much better than I thought I would, considering, we were in an athletic center, which is, it's got basketball games going on and soccer practice going on, and we were in the back of the building. It worked out pretty well, I thought. I did not bring these to the show because I didn't know what happened to them. I usually keep all my sketches together, but not last weekend. I can't believe no one's bought my wasp drawing. I love the wasp. Here's some notes that I've been looking for the last week. Here's some more notes I've been looking for. The that's Pisces. I'm looking for the Sagittarius schedule. This is the Pisces production schedule from the last book I did. I'm not sure why that one's available and the Sagittarius is not. I printed out this thing I found on Instagram. I'm going to try to follow it. A messy room creates mental noise. Boy, does it. Japanese culture treats clutter like pollution. Boy, should I do that? I should certainly do that. Your feed gives you mental noise too. Make sure to follow creators who actually help you grow. I've listed some creators worth following in the caption. Clear space. That's one thing I really have to do. I don't have enough space for all the stuff I have, so I have to. Also constantly juggling multiple things, which is not good for me. I admit it, and I have to. I have to clear up my space. Vote for your favorite sketch, Mojo, um, Jupiter Omniscience, Havoc, and Batman Jam Piece with all characters drawn by me. Here's another Jam Piece starter upper. This one's in black and white. I'm going to color this. This is Spawn, and then you get your favorite artists to fill in spaces that I've allotted. There's even options to create more chains like here, so you can get an extra drawing down here. There's another option for more chains here, so you get an extra drawing here and here. It's your book. If you buy it, it's your call. So I'm going to finish this off today for sure. of course, get on a variant. Which sold better, original sketch covers or prints? It was prints, all day long. I have a nice setup where I have two tables, and I should shoot a picture of it. I have two tables, and one table, the majority of that is dedicated to print. So I'll have the portfolio open, which no one looks through, and then I'll just have a table covered in prints, just not any kind of order, just a pile of prints spread out across the table, and then I stand like here's my first table, which has a lot of my comics and my sketch covers and stuff, and then there's a second table, and there's a portfolio here, and then this, hopefully you can see this, and then this table here was covered with prints, just overlapping one on top of the other. And people will come over here because I'm standing here. People will come over and they'll flip through it and they'll be like, "Oh, can I have this one? Can I have this one?" They don't look through the book. This isn't just a phenomenon from Danvers. This is a thing, I'd say it started last year. Nobody looks through the portfolio. So they flip through the pile of prints on the table and they just say, "Oh, can I have this one? Can I have this one?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Hi." Uh, I don't know. I think people don't like to be bothered or pitched at. You know what I mean? So I just let them be. And then they say, "Hey, can I have this? Can I have this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And if it's something that's fairly popular, I'll, I'll give them that print, and then I'll just go in my stash, which is under the table. Stash. And let's say they buy Pikachu Spider-Man. I'll go in my stash, and I'll grab another print, and I'll put it on the table. And it's just a constantly revolving pile. And towards the end of the show, I'll stop replacing to reduce the size of my pile. And that's how I do it. And it seems to work okay. And like I said, at Danvers, it was a lot of prints. I also sold a lot of um, Venom graphic novels, not just the Planet of the Symbiote ones, but the larger one, which is $50. So you can find those in the bin too. The deal at the show is if you buy the classic Spider-Man Venom stuff that I've done, I give you a free copy of New Zodiacs, and so it is in the bin too. If you buy the classic stuff, I'm all about cross promotion. I want you to read my newest stuff too. So it's a pretty good deal. So I sold a bunch of those at the show too, but not as many as prints. And I don't remember selling one original sketch. I don't think it was that kind of show. Dave Stevens cover, high grade. You guys like Dave Stevens, right? William Stout, he's no slouch either. He's quite great. Do 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 do. This one you can't have. This was in a past round, actually. You can't have this one. This is sold. When next I see this person, I'm going to send it. I'm going to pass it on to them. I should contact my buddy to see if he wants me to send it to him. All right, where were we? Let's listen to some podcasts. Firestorm the Nuclear Man, DC, 1978. Number 1 is number 9 on their Buy It Now list.
Spinning out of DC All In. Well, DC dropped a trailer back in December telling us that they're taking it to the next level. We've already seen Lobo. We've already seen Batwoman. Deathstroke the Terminator came out, and this week, Fury of Firestorm came out number 1. Oh, this is great. 250% increase in copies sold. Even more titles coming out, and the creative teams are just mind-blowing. This is going to be a big event. They already
Is it Absolute Firestorm? Is that what they're talking about? I dig Firestorm's costume, his look with the flaming hair and stuff, but I don't understand his powers.
got a Scotty Young on Lobo, Greg Rock on Batwoman, Tony Cleese on Deathstroke, Fury of Firestorm has Jeff Lemire, Zatanna 1 by Jamal Campbell, you know, Naomi. Yep. Barbara Gordon, Breakout number 1, excited about that one. But the one I'm most hyped about, damn it, dude, Maxwell Prince. Dude, we got Mario Morazzo, we got Dead Man number 1 coming. The team from Ice Cream Man doing Dead Man, who else are you going to call? Which brings us to number 8 on the list with The Ordained number 1. We're looking at $10 high average sales with a $120 CGC 9.8. That's some crazy opportunity on cover A, because you would expect this to be a $60 to $70 9.8 at that, you know, $10 margin. Well, you can more than 10x your book, and I will say Bad Idea Comics have some glorious card stock. They really invest in the quality of their books. Well, we have an increase of copies sold of 243% for a handful of reasons. The big one is that the issue 0 came out, which features the Machine, the antagonist in this narrative, which was optioned out the gate even before first printings hit the stand. And we got word from our inside source that it was being fast-tracked, and there's a high likelihood that production may begin in 2026, which is crazy to think about. If you have Colin Farrell tied as the priest, I'm all in. There are 7 different covers to pick from. For The Ordained presents The Machine issue 0. Cover A, cover B, cover C. There's a 1 in 20 and a 1 in 50. Second print options and a 1 in 20 of the second print. Then you have Ordained issue 3 to look forward to May 6th. Get your pre-orders in. Speaking of pre-orders, ComicTom.com. If you guys have an LCS, you got to go give them your business first, all right? And if they screwed something up, give them a second, give them a third try. Hell, give them a 4th try. But if you've depleted all your options or you don't have an LCS by you, I want to be with LCS. At ComicTom.com, check out the FOC final order cutoff. Every single week, there are books going to FOC, which means you can't order them after the end of the week. So put your orders in, you get it for
Final order
shipped
cutoff.
in a bag and board in a custom box. Support the show. I'll be your dealer. Number 7 on the list. Surprisingly, but when you think about it, not too surprising, but maybe surprising to some, a 9.8 that sells for cheaper than The Ordained. We have Invincible Universe, Battle Beast, issue number 1. I think a lot of people were on FOC for this one. A ton of people at the shop bought this book, which is why we're seeing $4 average sales, $80 for CGC 9.8, 158% increase in copies sold this week. Popular character, anything related to Invincible, very, very popular right now. I just think so many people bought them. That's not Number 8 was released this last week. The Lorenzo De Felici 1 in 100 is glorious. I just don't think there's enough Invincible coming out from any universe to really meet the demand, which is why we see this book start to spike when Invincible gets about it. How many Invincible and Invincible Returns variants debuted at MegaCon and C2E2? Like, it's kind of crazy to think about how much came out in such a short amount of time, and they were all selling so aggressively. Number 6 on the list, option status granted, Dead Mall number 1. This was a dark.
Forget how I ended up with this.
$6 average sales. $65 for a CGC 9.8 because the only copy that has ever sold at a 9.8 just sold in April. There are 10 9.8s on the census. Big warning on this one. If you're specking on this book, sure, you can live around that $60 to $80 price point for a 9.8. I mean, they didn't make any other variants for this comic book. What I will say is that we are going to see more 9/8s hit the census, and they're probably going to be listed for what? 180, 200 plus, and I don't think people should spend that kind of money because there's.
Did anybody visit Scott Snyder's Whatnot stream yesterday? Pretty hardcore. He's just giving comics away, $100 comics. Pretty impressive.
Only 10 9/8s on the census right now.
A 4-issue miniseries from Dark Horse. No variants for issue number 1. Print run was relatively low. This is prime for spec, mostly because we know that they're going to make a movie. Option for film by Not the Funeral Home Production Company. We have Michael Varrati tied to the Boulet Brothers Dracula. I didn't watch it. I may have to try and check it out. I do love this type of indie horror stuff. Our boy Fire Guy Ryan actually read this miniseries, and he said he would have liked it to have been longer because there wasn't enough there. So hopefully we can flesh this out and turn it into a really heavy-hitting movie. 192% increase in copies sold this week is nothing to sneeze at, though.
We're at number 5 on the list. Have you hit the like button yet? Dark Knights of Steel number 1. Tom Taylor, 2021, $4 average sales. We have a $27 9.8 sale that happened in December. I mean, this right here is a recipe for no one was specking on the book, as you like to say. An increase in copies sold of 225%. Now, this was a really popular series. There's been some spin-offs that were made because of it, right? It features the first appearance of, was it Batman as a Kryptonian, right? And there was a bunch of different, like, offshoots of it that spawned out in the Elseworlds universe because this was so popular. This is basically like the DC universe of like Game of Thrones infused, making sense why, back at this time it's really popular. Well, we have an announcement that Tom Taylor's teaming up with freaking Otto Schmidt for a July 15th release of the second series, another 12 issues coming out. There's a cover A by Yasmin Putri, cover B by Travis Moore, and cover C by Davide Pintor.
Number 4 on the list, The Boys number 1, $100 average sales, $374 for CC 9.8, 256% increase in copies sold this week. We are firmly in the middle of the final season with Homelander and the rest of the boys that you love. But we've already had 2 seasons of Gen V. Season 3 is going to be shot soon, and we know that there's going to be a prequel season with fan favorite Soldier Boy and Stormfront called Vought Rising. That's upcoming as well.
I had to bow out. I think we made it to season 4 of The Boys. I think they lost all their writers or something. Just poor. Just poor. And too much relying on, fart jokes and ass jokes and that kind of shit. Too reliant on that as their bread and butter and no story to go with it. So we bowed out of The Boys at season 4. I think it was either. I think it was season 4. Yeah, I don't know how many there are, but just tired of it. Your mileage may vary. What are your thoughts? Back to The Boys number 1, huh? 2006. That was a DC book at first. I remember that. Don't forget to vote for your most favorite sketch. It's Sketch Madness, the color contest, round 7. Only one contest left, one round left, and then we go to the semifinals. Winner with the most votes today goes to the second round, the semifinals. The second round, the second group of semifinals. There's only one semifinals where 4 go against 4. I'm sorry, no, that's right. I got that right. So vote for your favorite. It's so much easier to have someone to talk with than to read all this chat. Having to keep looking over to see if anybody's commenting. At some point, I'll get the hang of this. I'm only 261 episodes in to being a whatnot person. Hopefully, I'm on YouTube as well. Let's check out YouTube. YouTube as well. Let's check out. There we go. We're live on YouTube. So if you go to my, if you decide to go to YouTube in the future or while I'm live streaming, this is episode 261, but the live stream is actually happening on YouTube as episode 260, which was last Thursday. So I haven't had a chance to look into that. At some point, I hope to do so. We'll try to figure that out. Just it's like a fine tuning thing. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, but it is annoying. I mean, once this stream goes on Whatnot, you'd never know, right? You can't. We used to be able to watch past streams on Whatnot, but I guess they got rid of that feature. What was this for? Oh, yeah. Let's check out our sketch cover madness. We've got Mojo kicking some butt there with 5, only 1 vote away from first place. And the Batman and the Bat family in the lead. I'm glad to see Ange's piece. Ange's character got a little something, something. That's cool. And Havoc's got 2. So still anybody's game. It's still early. I'll be here for a while. A couple more hours for sure. It's Wednesday, you guys. Happy Wednesday. Is it spring yet? It doesn't feel like it today. It's like freezing 0 degrees Celsius today, this morning. Okay, let's do that podcast again. The Boys at number 4. Who owns The Boys number 1? Not me. I missed that one. Whoa. You look at this color and then look at this color. Holy cow, there's a big difference. Wow. Okay, back to the podcast. Here we go.
No end to what we can do with the Boys universe, and while this first arc could be ending, there's a lot more to come.
I love The Boys. I love this book. I think over $300 is soft. I think this could be a $500+ book because I don't see Boys ending really anytime soon. I could be wrong. Let me know that in the comment section below. Number 3 on the list, Dan Quintana. We have Detective Comics 1006, $70 high average sales, $50 for a CGC 9.8 in January.
Yeah.
Because the Dan Quintana hype has grown so freaking much. An increase of copies over 200%. I'm going to give away my Poison Ivy MegaCon exclusive at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I reached out to Dan because I'm curious, like, what's going on with this book? Because I know it's his early work. This is what he had to say. Detective 1006 was turned in first to DC, but Deceased may have apparently been printed first, technically. So I'll kick this to you because I think you know where I'm going with this.
Mhm.
For me, what was actually done first matters. Because if you think about original art, most of the time you're going to see an artist either sell it as the first published art
Right.
or first work done for that publisher. They'll even put something on the original art stating that, and it'll go for way more money. So I don't really care when they were published. I want to know which was actually first. And I think most people think Deceased gets that moniker when it may not deserve it.
Publishers push books, hold books, release books at different times all the time. But yeah, if you actually have the artist telling you, this is the first one I did, this is the first one I was approached for, I think that should really be more important than what the industry.
Doesn't really matter what people give value to, but I had a similar situation where I did 2 Spider-Man fill-ins for Marvel Comics, Spider-Man 2099, before my very first Marvel Spider-Man 2099 story was actually in stores. So I did a Spider-Man 2099 fill-in featuring Vlad the Impaler as the villain. And then I did another story where he fought a character called the Man Spider. And then I got a phone call from Joey Cavallari, who was the editor of the 2099 titles, and he said, "You're the new penciler on Spider-Man 2099." So I got the script and I did issue 26. And issue 26 was on the schedule. So issue 26 of Spidey 2099 actually hit the stands before either of these 2 fill-ins. The Vlad story appeared in an issue of 2099 Unlimited, and the Man Spider story appeared in an issue of, it was called Spider-Man 2099 Annual #1. So, what the marketplace does with that information is most people put more value on the piece of art that was used to print the comic book. That means nowadays there are 2 pieces of original art, if there's any original art at all. There's the penciler who pencils the page, and then they'll frequently scan the art and send it to the inker. And so there are 2 pages for each comic book in a lot of cases. So you'll have the penciled page, and then you have the ink page, which is the actual page that is used to produce the book. So if you were affected by the book in some way, I imagine you would want to have the version of the art that was printed, right? Which means the inks are probably more valuable. I don't know if that's the truth. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's another facet of collecting nowadays with the original art. Okay, so that's number 3, Detective Comics 1006.
Things because that artist, they're the ones that made it.
I'm so curious, this like thought with so many of his books spiking right now. Does that make it so that the sub like 3,000 print count books such as Deceased, well actually let me rephrase that because Deceased had multiple printings, so it's a little bit higher than 3K I would imagine, but I digress. You know, are we gonna see them start to shoot up in value more than like open to order books long term? You know, something to ponder.
Since he's getting so much recognition right now, I think there's a lot of people out there who are having difficulty figuring out the right pronunciation of his name.
It's true.
I know you talked to him at MegaCon. Like, how does he like it? How does he like his name pronounced?
Well, what's funny is I don't actually know which he prefers.
Okay.
This is the quote from Dan. In the Americas / UK, it's Quintana, Quinn, but the rest of the world, Quintana.
Okay, so we're at the film festival, middle of Park City.
All right. So he's okay with both of them.
TBD. I will find out soon.
Just
Hit
say
the like
Quintana.
button.
That's
And also check out
Acid in the
collector
house.
Dan
What's up, VIP?
or Quintana, however you want to say it. Button. Key Collector is the best comic app in the world. We've been
Most collectible comic number 3. Buy these now or regret it. Detective Comics number 1006. Dan Quintana cover. Do you have that one, Acid? See which. Oh, he wants. He's too busy. He wants to see the sketches. We've got Mojo from the X-Men. We've got Angel's Celestial Weaver supporting cast member. We've got Havoc from X-Men, X Factor, and we've got a Batman jam piece, Bat Family, jamming with myself. Who'd you vote for? Oh, we had a tie. We have a tie between Mojo and Batman. Interesting. Mojo going toe to toe with the more recognizable characters. Good job. Good job, Mojo. Voted 1, but 2 is sick too. Thank you. Ange's character getting some play today. That's so cool. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm here every Thursday at noon. Tomorrow we've got the final round of black and whites. And then we go to the semifinals with the black and whites. How cool is that? Time flies, doesn't it? It's been almost 8 weeks. So we're running to the end of April with the sketch cover madness. You can't call it March Madness anymore because we're heading into May. But we're going to keep the contest going into May. Look at that spawn. He's so sexy. Let's see if we can get one more level of darkness. No, not today. Not with this pen. This pen, he's dried out. YG61. Do I have any YG61? YG67. Ooh. Don't forget to vote for your favorite. I will probably, I won't probably, I will definitely auction this off when it's finished. So if you're interested in grabbing yourself a Spawn Jam piece, stick around. One thing I forgot to do is add 11 by 17 commissions. Let's take some notes. Because Donuts got a Kyle Rayner commission last week, and I got to do 11 by 17 commissions. Got to add those into the bin. Something new and different and fresh. Fresh. I also have to add some of these pieces. Daredevil, Deadpool. All right, let's put Spawn up. Let's see. Spawn. This is 150. 150. Let's see. Auction. That's another thing I did at the last couple shows is I was giving people my whatnot rates by habit. And I made a mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's add this guy. Let's create temporary listing. Select comics and manga, comic art, done. Then we go to 000 Spawn Jam Piece. Here we go. I added a little extra like energy halo stuff going on. Hell Spawn energy. Get some of your favorite artists or me to put in their versions of Spawn, or we could do Spawn villains like the Redeemer. I think is one of his villains. The Violator. Angela. Angela's probably not kosher anymore, right? And then I'm trying to think. Overt Kill, Cygor. Cygor is a badass. We like Cygor. Anything with gorillas and cyborgs is a win. No bites, no worries. This guy comes with me to the next show, which is tomorrow. Fun. What's next? I gotta scan this before I start coloring it because I want to have a record of it in black and white. Anybody have any questions or comments? I'm gonna scan this guy. So let's listen to the podcast while we do the boring stuff. I just want to have a record of it in black and white just in case, God forbid, something bizarre happens to it. I might got my butt covered, and also it's cool to have a record of what it, like a before and after kind of thing. All right. Let's listen to the podcast while we do boring stuff. We're up to item number 3. Dan Quintana, Detective 1006. I guess that's his first work, so you should collect it.
And shout from the rooftops before we ever even knew the peeps who were behind the power of the app. We put together all these categories and keep track of so many different comics that come out. Use code Tom101. You'll unlock a free 2-week subscription to the app, and you support the show. But there was a bunch of free stuff on there that you don't even need to be signed up. I'm just saying you want to pay for it because it's going to pay for itself. I don't know where I'd be without being able to comfortably rely on Key Collector every single week. There is a banner right on the main page that just highlights the Dan Quintana collection. And how valuable has that been over the last week as an LCS?
I logged into Key Collector because the hype on Absolute 19 was so big, I had to scroll through and see what I owned. Heavy Metal 290, I got a copy, but the one I was really excited was the other book, the one after this one, Detective Comics 1007, where we have the Spectre and Batman on the cover. I bought that for my PC just because I loved it. I had no idea how much this artist would blow up today.
Number 2 on the list, Southern Bastards, number 1 from 2014, $12 high average sales, $95 for a CGC 9.8, an increase of copies sold of 700.
Southern Bastards, read it.
Was granted.
Wow.
Kevin Bacon is attached. Jason Aaron wrote this comic. That's all you need to hear.
Brutal book.
And we got more casting news this week, which Spike
can't recommend enough.
Really propelled it. But I don't really know what to make of it because I don't know country music.
Tim McGraw, you might know him as a country music singer. Well, he's been acting a little bit. And if you like Yellowstone Kevin Costner, he was in the prequel, 1883. Come on, Tim McGraw.
I don't know this.
Give him a minute. He's a good actor. He's had a hard life.
Has he had a hard life? I don't know anything about this guy, but I do know that Aaron Kellyman, who portrayed Flag Smasher, has also been announced as part of this series. Hit the like, slap the subscribe button. The number 1 hottest book in the world, courtesy of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. And what's coming in Season 3, probably? Devil's Reign, number 6, but not cover A. I love this. What deep spec this goes into, and I love every second. $6 high average sales on the variant cover, because this issue is when Luke Cage becomes mayor of New York City, but you don't see him on the cover in full as the mayor. You don't even see him on the 1 in 25 variant. No, you see him on the open to order book at number 1 today.
This mini-series from 2022 was supremely underordered. I pushed it so hard. I really, really wanted more people to read Devil's Reign. The Kingpin is the mayor of New York City, and he wants to take care of all of the superheroes. This sounds a little bit familiar, doesn't it? This is a miniseries you guys should be reading anyway. It's 1,000% increase in copies sold for rumors that maybe Luke Cage is going to be the mayor of New York City. Maybe he's going to take over. We know that there's a whole lot of stuff with the Defenders that's supposed to be happening. All of these Jessica Jones, all of these Luke Cage, all of these Iron Fist rumors have been happening for quite some time. If you are not caught up on the new season of Daredevil, no spoilers, but this is big. This is really, really big, and nobody graded this book. There's probably some raw copies out there, but I don't even think this was the open to order cover that people were buying. They just kind of wanted issue number 6 to read it.
Yeah, there's only 198 on the census. It won't be for long. And this cover was by Dan Panosian, dude.
Ooh, nice.
That's pretty cool
Yeah.
too. You know, like one of the top artists of last year, and easily become one of the top artists for this year
Right.
as well. Well, I will also point out, Devil's Reign issue number 1 of this series features the team of superheroes that are managed by Kingpin, and it's his version of the Thunderbolts. This is all taking place in New York, okay? And we already have questions about when this series, season 2 of Born Again, actually takes place, because the Thunderbolt stuff happened.
Right.
And Kingpin's in charge, and he's not letting superheroes do stuff. You know, he's got people kind of acting on his behalf to take them out. And there's also these connections to Vanessa, Valentina, Allegra de Fontaine, you know, the Thunderbolts in general. Could we see some hype on issue 1 after Kingpin loses his mayor title? Let me know in the comment section below what you think about all this, and stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to give away a glorious Poison Ivy cover. And of course, as always,
Geek responsibly.
enough said. And that's the end of the video. I said Vanessa de Fontaine.
Yeah, it's Contessa Valentina.
I was
Allegra de
thinking of
Fontaine.
Vanessa Fisk.
Yeah.
Dude. So
Right.
funny.
So
Oh,
close.
we're giving this away right now. Look at this.
Ah,
This is a sign by Scott Snyder, Jock foil, and a 9/8. And we got this red SIG and that Batman label, courtesy of CGC. It's going out to Caesar Castro. And if you want to be like Caesar, all you have to do is join the SMS, the text message group. That's where we source all of our giveaways from. We'll contact you. We have a way to know it's you. You know it's us. And we can avoid any problems. You know, we can get the address and send it to you. And this week, you're going to really want to do it because I have this Poison Ivy Dan Quintana cover that we're giving away next week. And I appreciate every single person. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you so soon. On one hand, $133,000 was spent on people investing in comic books. But on the other hand, why are they making such poor decisions? Yeah, I said it. Hit the like and subscribe. The hottest comic books.
So
Yeah.
I won't go far ahead, but so no, I've been really happy to just hang in the Bat world, and we're doing our first sort of Bat line mini event. You know, it's called Bad Seeds. It's me and Willow Wilson and the whole gang, and we'll be spinning there will be new things that spin out of it and stuff like that. But it's like having done a bunch of different events, trying to take all of the what was good about these and what was let's just do the good things and not the bad, and trying to but it's been really incredible getting everybody's kind of stuff. But it's it's basically a an evening, a night, and a morning in Gotham that's really bad, and we follow it. At one point, Rob Levin, our editor, and I was like, do we do this in real time? Is it 24? And
Yeah.
that was just too. It's meaningless, and time is meaningless in comics, so it doesn't really make sense.
right.
But it has that kind of tight, thing where it really is an all hands on deck. We have to make sure Gotham survives the night kind of crisis for the Bat fam to deal with at a time when it's really hard for them to get out and be superheroes. So that's kind of where I'm living at the moment. But it's going to be. I hope it's going to be cool, But it's been fun to work with and play with, and have everybody have such kind of yes and energy, and me coming to things this is kind of, I think, the skeleton, but maybe the bones aren't in the right place. What do we need, and what do you need, and how can I set you up, and how so getting to learn all these different folks and how they work and think and write, and writing to serve them and plan this thing that will. I think the line is really strong, and I hope we can shine some light on give everybody a reason to check out books maybe they haven't seen, or haven't thought about looking at, and Poison Ivy was supposed to be a mini series. At the end of Bad Seed, Willow's going to be at Poison Ivy 50.
50, yeah.
It feels like the line is full of that kind of
Phil, I hate to say this, but I do feel that you're a coward for not doing the 24 mark time idea. Only because it gives you the opportunity show that time is different in Gotham and night is much longer. So when you hit midnight, the next hour is 13 o'clock, and then 14 o'clock, and 15 o'clock. You just kind of
we call that military time, John.
Yeah.
no, but real.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, so like night is actually 20 hours long in Gotham.
Yeah.
It's only
Day
4
day
hours.
is still from like sunrise around 6, 7, sunset around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Then there's 20 hours of dark. So it's like a 35-hour day.
Yeah, but it's just it would explain a lot. It would explain a lot. That's all.
You know what, Chum? You're right. You're right. And look, this is what we
As a former Batman writer,
If we were together, you could have fixed it. Yeah. Also, like as we were talking about it, like Dennis Camp was like, yeah, we just did that in Ultimates. It was really hard. I'm like, yeah, you dummies. What the fuck are you thinking? So the other thing is, it feels like they did just do that. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, Dennis is just new enough that he wants to try those things.
oh yeah.
We're old enough to be like, oh god, no.
Yeah.
No, it's very much a let's walk down there and fuck all of them cows.
Yeah.
And that guy, he's writing 22 books right now, I think, or something like that.
Something. Yeah. No,
That's
it's
pretty
like that.
incredible.
That
To be
young.
young.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've resisted. I've been offered some really cool shit that I've declined. In nothing that I felt like, oh, I really could do this.
Yeah.
But like, I could.
Yeah.
But like, nope. I'm happy
That's nice. That's
and
nice
having
to
a
hear.
blast. It's the most fun I've had at the Big Two, and the I just I enjoy it so much. I don't wanna lose that.
Matt, you're talking to somebody. I didn't read a lot. I'm more of a miniseries Batman guy throughout time, and I am having so much fun through 8 issues. Like it feels like, especially with the both ends of the spectrum, with Absolute and the regular Batman being wildly different. It's just so much fun to be reading that stuff right now.
Yeah. You've got such a good team too. Like I think if you did go do something elsewhere or under a different editor maybe, then you'd be like, oh yeah, now I remember why.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's
Rob's so good, Marie's great.
Rob, I would walk into fire for Marie and Rob. Like they're
Yeah.
both terrific, and but like, this event, like I, in kind of sketching it out, like pitched a handful of like one shots and spin-offs, and like I have the bandwidth that I can do those, right?
Mhm.
And maybe it turns into a book somebody else does, or maybe not. But like I can, there's a thing Mariko and I are doing that's going to be a part of Bad Seeds. It was like we just were like we zip, and then I like you just kind of yelled at it, Rob. Like it wasn't the pitch was the like fresh off, like didn't even think about it, but whoa, we can do this, and like so like it's going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be a fun. One of my things has been like it's a writer's cliche to be like, well, the city is a character. But I think it's really true about Gotham, right?
Yeah.
So this is really an event that's about Gotham City as the main character in a way, and a chance to do like a Robert Altman meets who did fucking Towering Inferno and
Irwin
the
Allen.
Poseidon, those big disaster movies.
Michael Bay.
Irwin
Yes,
Allen.
his dad.
Yeah, but it's a chance to do like a big ensemble disaster movie set in Gotham City.
Right. Yeah.
And if I had 3 other books actively cooking, like I wouldn't have the focus to I just think the quality would degrade.
It's much easier to go with the idea of like the city being a character when the city is fictional.
Yes.
Like it's all made
Unless
up,
it's
and you
the
can make
Lion.
up on top of it. You can.
Me and Scott, you talked about the Batman stuff. Like for Free Comic Book Day, we're gonna do a thing where I'm writing a thing and he's writing a thing, and it's the hook is kind of the same hook done 2 different ways. We'll see how Absolute solves it and how Batman solves it. And it just why did I bring that up?
The city character.
The city's right, but like it there's a guy who's going to take a plane ride somewhere in my story, and I was like, I don't know, Singapore or Thailand. I'm like, no, wait, it's DC. They've made places up. Like, I would just as soon never write a real city name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like DC has all these fictional cities like that.
Yeah.
Those are characters. Invest in those characters. Make those places real, right? Put that makes like it was just a silly
Opal
thing. Of
City.
like, oh, right. Don't, you know, I get, you know, don't go to Singapore. Go to Oolong Island, right? It's let's just do different stuff, and then you're not hemmed in by the
By
reality.
having to use the characteristics of that city because
Right.
Yeah.
You just make it up and do whatever.
Yeah. And then speaking of Scott and the baby punt in Mad was fucking hilarious. The Snyder and Harron doing that absolute Batman thing. Oh my god, it was so
Yeah,
good.
yeah. No, that turned out very good. It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
pieces there for sure. For
And
sure.
then, Chip, you've got one more thing coming up that was just announced.
Jesus, John.
The
Sorry.
18 issue collection of Zdarsky Comic News.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
that, that's what it's called. I think I got that wrong, Chum. I'm sorry.
Throughout the whole thing, Matt's because Matt did the foreword and the afterword,
Yeah.
but also the midword. He kept calling it ZCN. I'm just like, or ZSN. I'm just like,
Yeah,
no.
I kept changing it. I was changing it every time.
Like Starsky Store
Shop
News. Starsky Shop News. Yeah, we're collecting it because no one demanded it.
I wanted more.
A Fool's Errand that will be once again costly for me to produce.
Mhm.
Because even just to hit the minimum amount ordered, so I don't lose money, is going to be hard. I think a lot of things that was originally given away for free. But I want it. It's because I want it in a collection. I want a thing that I can put on my shelf, so I don't have all these like loose issues hanging around. But no, it's fun to see it all kind of collected, and again, Matt contributed some beautiful words. For this edition.
It is genuinely. I mean, it's mad, right? It's the same energy of like. I have often joked my last that my last words are going to be, oh hey, watch. But that idea of, and it was you and I did this all the time of like, oh, you know, it would be dumb. You know, it's a terrible idea, and then doing it.
Yeah.
And this is that. I think you put it's like on the cover like 18 months of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, that's the full title of it. Starsky Comic News, 18 months of my life I can't get back.
Yeah,
Here's
just
my-
that idea of like not just doing it, but doing it the most.
Yeah.
It just,
Is it?
Yeah.
Crypt Keeper. You hear that? Did you hear me turn into Crypt Keeper? Yeah, I turned 50 and now I'm fighting off Crypt Keeper disease.
There you go.
Is that John Cassier? Is this be-
Chop News. It's not the name either.
Good
Is
job,
it being
Joe.
reprinted page for page? Does that mean my ad gets reprinted?
Nope, cut the ads. I ain't giving you
Fuck
free
you.
ad space twice. Just cut yours.
But it does come with 32 blank pages at the end where you can insert your own ads.
Well, it became a thing of just like it does become a lot bigger of a collection because there's so many like full page ads, but it also felt weird to pull the full page ads out and leave all the other ones in. So so there's a fair amount. It was like a week of just kind of rearranging things to make sure it all fit. I created a little bit of new content here and there just to like fill some gaps. So it all worked. But yeah, sorry.
And Jim, what's Stegman's deal?
He is the most frustrating person I've ever met. Like he's like, there's something just off about him. Do you know?
I know him a little bit. But there's just something dead behind the eyes. It's just
that's it.
It's like looking into a doll's eyes, a shark's eyes.
Yeah, like online when you're dealing with him by email or text, you're like, God, you're just kind of stupid and gross. But then when you see him in real life, you're like, oh, you're stupid and gross and dead inside. Like it's all of it, right? And that's weird.
Right. Or like he's either so sociopathic that he might actually be extraterrestrial and is like, this is what I think people are.
Yeah.
That weird walk he does, that weird walk, his sort of weird.
Well,
like,
also,
he's piloting a vehicle he's never driven before.
This is what I think people are also explains as drawings. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. No, weird guy. One of
It's
my
just a
best
mystery.
friends.
It's just going to be one of those mysteries, right?
Yeah. Marvel's problem.
Wait, Sean,
Yeah.
you're at Marvel now.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
that's
know.
right.
So he's my problem.
He's your problem. Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
architect. Are you just
Yeah.
gonna put him on like Darkhawk and Sleepwalker and shit like that?
No, I want to do those books. I got a Sleepwalker pitch. I don't want it fucked up with Stegman on it.
Sleepwalker, finally. Sandman done right.
Oh,
Yeah. Sandman,
That's right.
superhero.
And a purple and blue, because purple was in like no, it was
Sandman,
purple
but
back then.
unattractive.
That was the someone referred to it at Marvel as that back in the day.
Mhm.
Sleepwalker.
That's how it was pitched.
And they were right.
That's true. Typically, I don't ask kind of like those fan fiction, like what would you do if you had Wolverine's powers questions. But you know, I figured since it's my 100th episode and you guys are the team behind Sex Criminals, we can frame this two ways. What would Chip and Matt do if when they came they could stop time? Or since you're both writing big flagship characters, what would Captain America do if when he came he stopped time? And what would Batman do if when he came he stopped time?
I mean, that's actually, a lot of people don't realize that, but like, Captain America's giant fetish is freezing cold water. So he actually didn't cryogenically freeze. He came and stopped time for himself, and then came out of his time stop stupor in modern day.
Yeah.
And-
So in the
and-
quiet, he just hung out and did nothing.
Yeah, it just stopped for him.
And Batman has never experienced orgasm.
All right.
No,
Well, that's
And he ejaculates, but
yeah. There's no pleasure.
it's like a cloud of dust. It's like baby. You know, like when you open a thing of baby powder and like a little. It's like he ejaculates like like dry oats.
Yeah, he's not allowed pleasure. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It doesn't. It's no more or less a pleasure than any other function of his body.
yeah, he does it because medically he feels like he needs to do it.
Right.
Yeah. So he can
What
play
about the
crap.
rest of the Bat family? I think that's a little. Some of those are.
Half of them are children. What's wrong with you? Sick.
Yeah, that's me. Well, look, I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much for being the 100th episode guest, and also thank you for just creating all of the stuff you've created for everybody to enjoy for the last bunch of decades.
You know what? If I could stop time when I came, I would move everything in Chip's office and studio around just enough to freak him.
I wouldn't notice.
And
What a
then
waste of your power.
and I'd be
You replace
I wouldn't even be able to see it or know. I would just
you would replace his Akira set with like a set of Bibles and stuff like that.
Second.
Oh, it's here it comes. Get ready.
Uh-oh.
Get ready. Do you have any of the inspirational messages left? Oh, I broke my arm.
Your hand snapped clear off, so you're screaming in pain now, which actually really works.
Oh, will you?
They have
You
to
want to send it? You want to send it to me, and I can like make it like blood spurt and like get it like bone scum.
I feel like I can manage that here.
Is there
Your profile looks a lot better than me running as the Flash. That's for sure.
That's all right. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know the story behind that. I don't know if anybody should.
I don't either.
What?
I don't know the
There's
story behind that
every
either.
now and again you go to the mall and there's a kiosk that does 3D body printing, and I say, how much of my clothes can I take off? And they say, you're in a mall, and I say, okay. You can see, I think the Starbucks mug is the Starbucks mug down there.
Yeah.
I literally had a Starbucks mug.
It's a Christmas mug.
Yeah, so it's Christmas, and like, all right, well, and I had my notebook, and I sat my thing down, and I made. Oh, it even has the tattoo in the back of my neck.
Yeah, the non-compliant tattoo.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And I sat. I pulled my shirt up as much as they would let me, and held my notebook up, and the camera spins around you and 3D scans you, and then they send you a 3D resin print of yourself, and it looks really strange and really weird.
It is. I love that.
And yet also breathtakingly accurate.
Speaking of malls, rest in peace, Lloyd Center Mall.
And then I wrote a bunch of inspirational
You did.
messages for Chip that he could stick on stickers. So he's like, "You're handsome." I'm like, "I believe in you, chum." How did it
Yeah.
break?
Very nice. I forget. I don't
What
know.
kind of up there on the shelf? What sort of horny hubbub was happening?
Tomfoolery. Well, the giant, this black box up there is we received a mystery Amazon packages, and we contacted Amazon, and they're like it was addressed to someone weird too. Like it's like weird. Like and the name didn't even make sense. Didn't feel like real letters. And so we talked to Amazon, and they're just like, we have no record. We don't know. You can throw it away or open it. Whatever's inside is yours. We're like, what? Okay. So it was exciting. It was like Christmas. We opened up one, and it was like a bunch of AA batteries and like a masturbation sleeve.
Heyo.
And then the next one was just this, which is just a giant dildo. And I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I know what to do with a dildo, but like I can't give it away. Throwing it out feels weird. It's just
You sign it, you give it away on your.
Does it have a suction cup base? You could throw it at cars. So, but someone clearly that like that's
it's a black box that doesn't indicate what it is.
Yeah, nothing indicates that it's a dildo, right?
I mean, I think it's.
But it's like you can blur this out or whatever later. But
I don't need to. It's a dildo.
I mean, it's not small. It's not
That's
small.
a fucking. That is a. That is
Damn.
It sticks down to my desk now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can lob it at
Yeah, no, I
cars.
didn't realize that until just now.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you hold that up one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to make this weird. Does everybody's have bumps like that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, really?
Yeah.
I gotta go see a guy.
Yeah, I think I gotta go see the same. What?
Yeah, have you ever seen like teenagers? Apparently, you have to throw dildos out because they expire.
I mean, I guess so.
Like the protests in Minnesota, like somebody got a bunch of, and like they would whip dildos and ice cars.
That's right.
And
I love
get them
that.
stuck if you get the suction cup base on a car windshield as it passes by.
I love that.
I think we just found Chip's new stress toy.
Well, hey, how wide are my legs spread on the guy? Could I like ride it like Falcor? Could you put it between my legs?
It won't fit, John.
Okay,
No,
this
it's
is getting beyond
Fit.
PG-13, boys.
Sorry.
I'll work on it, chum. I'm gonna work on my extension. So I'm gonna work on being accommodating.
Yeah. Anyways, it's lovely, but I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, maybe could you stick it to the bottom and dual wield it like your Darth Maul?
Yeah, that works.
I'm so glad that neither of you have social media accounts, because when I use this as the clip for the podcast, neither of you will really understand. Like,
But someone clearly knew it was you. Like somebody was clearly sending you a dildo.
No, because the other there was a third package too with stuff that just didn't make any sense at all. Like it's just like
tell us what it was, because we might
Honey,
be
I'm
able to
putting
make
my
sense.
yeah,
Amazon
what it was.
together.
It was like, but like none of it made any sense.
This one's gonna burn out my orange marker today.
What?
Masturbation.
I just didn't want to go out, right?
Yeah.
KY, some type of lubricant.
And my blanket never showed up, right? My drop ship. I think it was one of those. I sent you a present once, and I think it was like drop ship, Temu kind of crap, and I think it was maybe on the boat that got stuck because like there was a whole bunch of stuff that just people ordered that never arrived.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like an airbrush painting of the 3 Spider-Mans on the Statue of Liberty. It was a great big throw.
Did not show up.
So unfortunate.
Did not show up.
You guys want to talk about anything else? Because now we have the perfect setup for this podcast. What are we going to do next?
One more second.
Yeah, give me a sec too.
Matt Fraction is wearing a Batman, old school Batman Halloween costume mask.
All right, so we're talking about Batman and dildos. What is that mask?
This is the original mask that I used for sex criminals for the Come Monster.
Yeah, Dewey's. It's Dewey's.
Nice.
And that'll do it for season 5 of the podcast. Gonna end it at a nice clean 100. Take a break, book some guests, bank some interviews, and come back bigger, faster, stronger, harder. I don't know, whatever. Harder. So before we get going, I just want to say thank you to the entire audience for being here. Whether you've watched 1, 2, 10, or all of the episodes since I started, I really did not think that I would get to 100 in just a little over 2 years, which is kind of nuts. Mix this with the other channel, and it's kind of a nonstop disco. Disco. Just take that out. I'm eternally grateful and thankful to everybody who's taken part of this, from the guests to the audience to the people that have helped out, editing, as well as helping to write all of the synopsises. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Dan, and Joe and Phil, my co-editor, co-producer, co-human being person.
Here's some more comic news.
I love that you
What a great reason for me to listen to comic news.
Only pay for what you need. The new Value Feast is here at KFC. 5 delicious nuggets, fries, a perfectly crispy KFC.
Don't forget, if you're just joining us, vote for your favorite sketch. It's Sketch Cover Madness Round 7, the color edition. Vote for Mojo, Celestial Weaver supporting cast member, Havoc, Batman, Jam Piece family. Vote for your favorite today. It's a tight one, but Mojo pulling ahead. I don't know. I'm going to be here for a while, but you guys are surprising me with your choices, and I like it. Okay, now we're going to listen to a show called Comic Tropes After Dark.
Spinner rack. It's a special version of this. This is going to have some news. It's going to be a little bit short. After we do some news, we're going to do a claim sale here, which I'm kind of nervous about because I've never hosted such a thing.
Oh.
And actually, that makes me really excited. That is fun. I am your captain. I'm Chris. I'm your host.
Chris is dressed like the Love Boat captain.
Comic Troopers. We are streaming live to Comic Tropes After Dark, and the EXP live. Yes, 3 channels. It's going to be a heck of a great show tonight, I promise. Let me get my ticker up. That'll show you roughly where we are in the show. This show will end promptly by, I want to say, I'm looking at my clock. Yeah, I've got an alarm. It's going to end promptly by 8 p.m. Pacific, before 11 p.m. Eastern, because one of the channels I'm streaming to, the EXP, has another show. And then I'm going to restart a new live stream immediately on Comic Tropes After Dark. Just do some reviews, do some art. Maybe if we've still got some plain stuff that we haven't gotten to. It's a big show tonight, folks. Big show. And you know what? Why don't we start, actually, with the opening monologue. All right. Get yourselves ready. Here we go. This is all based on real news that you may have encountered, maybe not. I'm just going to stutter a little because I'm a professional. So, this week, a man set a record for getting 63 Marvel characters tattooed on his body. Yeah, that's true. That was in the New York Post. That means it's definitely true. 63 characters. Yeah, it took 350 hours to get the characters on his body, and only 35 seconds for his girlfriend to break up with him. So, you know, that's pretty good, right? Oh,
Where my rim shot at?
delayed reaction. That's pretty good. This was also in the comic book news of the week. Archie Comics just announced a new issue where Jughead causes a pie fight apocalypse. Okay? So that is written by Tom King, which means at some point Jughead will stare deeply at the devastation and whisper, "I deserve this." It's a Tom King trope. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. And finally, DC might actually be developing an animated series based on Primer. That's about a kid who gets powers from magic paint. Now, it's all part of Warner Brothers' planned business synergy that they're calling the Sherwin-Williams Cinematic Universe. I could have gone with the Benjamin Moore Cinematic Universe. I'm just not sure.
Skip with
how
the
many people
news.
even
Skip
know
to the news.
a main paint brand. Let me switch to my actual glasses so that we can see what we're doing tonight. Thank you all for joining me. I'm lagging and breaking up. It's a little grainy sounding. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure which channel you're watching on. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully that's something that we'll get past. Oh, and thank you. Oh, Captain, my captain. Absolutely right. Sync Shadow. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep rolling because we've only got so much time tonight. I want to keep things.
I still have ink. I didn't burn out the entire
That's what a captain does.
orange.
So,
I'm so happy.
tell you what, let's do some quick news of the week.
We're sitting on top of the story of the century here. Put an ad on the front page. Cash money for a picture of Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
Hi guys, this is April O'Neil from Channel 6 News, and I am here in beautiful New York City.
April O'Neil was a reporter. I did not know that. Maybe I did know that. Maybe I did know that and I forgot.
On the various channels, I'll probably start the claim sale in about 25 minutes or so, just to give you guys a heads up on where we're at. But yeah, we've got a few different segments tonight. So let's have some fun with the news. We're gonna start with this because I'm a nerd that likes Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Pretty dramatic hot take, right? Anyway, Dynamite Comics announced the creative team for the new Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic they've got. It's going to be a monthly ongoing that starts this July. And, the writer, Kelly Thompson, absolutely crushing it on so many books. Love Kelly's work on Absolute Wonder Woman. The artist, I was excited. I had to dig into this, and then I got excited. Artist is this guy from Ireland, Stephen Byrne. And I wasn't super familiar before, but he's good. Anyway, he's going to be on the team. They're going to start with an extra size first issue. Good. Byrne, specifically, he's a big fan of Buffy. Back in 2014, he actually made a Buffy the Vampire Slayer animation. You can see that on YouTube. And it was actually shared back then by actors from the show. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy herself, Anthony Head, Giles. So that's pretty cool to think that, like, you create something as a fan and then just over a decade later you get to work on the actual property. Not bad at all.
Good gig.
No specifics yet that I've read on when in Buffy's history this is set, but it does say that it has Angel as well, so there's a good chance that means that it's going to be somewhere between seasons 1 to 3. That would be my guess. Could be after the show, but I would guess during the show. Covers, David Nakayama, which I'm showing right there. Amanda Connor, she's so good at cartooning, as in, like, showing a whole story with just one image. And something they're calling an icon cover. They're using the Arthur Adams cover that he did for the very first Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic back in 1998. So that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Yes, imagine if somebody got 65 characters from Buffy tatted. That would probably be a lot of monsters. All right. I've also got some news on Marvel, and some of it's a little sad, to be honest. Disney announced, you may have heard this because it's pretty big news, but Disney announced over 1,000 employees are going to be laid off. That's they've got a massive employee base, but that's still a lot of people. It's sad. That has extended to several executives at Marvel Comics. So specifically, David Gabriel. He's a senior VP of print sales and marketing. Been with the company over 20 years. Previously founded the New York City Comic Book Museum, which is a nonprofit. Very cool. He recently spoke on behalf of Marvel at the Comics Pro Retailer Convention. That was like a month ago.
Hmm.
Yeah, he got let go. Timothy Chang, he's the executive director of communications at Marvel. Lauren Bissum Sr., senior editor on a bunch of the kids' books, Strange Tales, Marvel Zombies. Darren Shan edited tons of different X-Men books. Tom Brevoort is the senior editor of the entire X line, but Darren edited a lot of those X books. Been with Marvel over 10 years. But this one really surprised me. Devin Lewis. Devin Lewis is a senior editor, and I feel like he's had a lot of successes as far as Marvel goes. You know, Moon Knight by Jed McKay, I would say that that's gotten plenty of critical acclaim, pretty strong sales. For a character like Moon Knight, he's been going strong for a while. Punisher has had, you know, a recent couple of series that have done well for Marvel. And then Daredevil. I mean, yes, it was a blind bag, I get that. But that thing sold something like 300,000 copies anyway. So that hurts. Those are all people at Marvel Comics specifically. A lot of experience there, a lot of different experience. I like the positivity that I'm seeing here. Like, yeah, maybe Image or another company scoops them up. I hope so. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in just a sec. Nice to see you, Dave. Nice to see so many familiar faces, but also exciting to see some new faces. Thanks, guys. Here's the next piece of it, though. If you heard that name, Andy Park. Andy has been part of the Marvel Studios team for a long time, and the Disney cuts are also affecting Marvel Studios. They have laid off almost the entire visual development team. Those are the people that do the concept art for what the heroes and villains will look like, the environments. They do all the promotional art, you know, paintings for murals, box art, movie posters, stuff like that. So yeah, they've laid off all of those people. Some of them been there about 16 years since Marvel Studios started. Look at how painful this one is. This is a post from a guy, Wesley Bird. He says the irony of having a one-on-one HR layoff meeting in the conference room with my Loki mural. That's hurtful. That's too bad. That's really too bad. Marvel Studios also laid off a lot of production staff that was based in their Atlanta, Georgia area. If you don't know, a lot of their movies have been filmed there because Georgia gives good tax incentives to film companies and production companies for filming and giving, you know, jobs and stuff to that area. Specifically, I read a bunch of articles that said they did the numbers. Paying for the employees' health insurance was a big expense, as it is for any company. They could get those same jobs now. They're going to put them in the UK, where there's lots of different film studio warehouses and space. The employees that they hire there, they have government-funded health care. Mm-hmm. So huge savings.
There's your incentive,
that
folks.
It's so depressing to think that our healthcare industry here in the U.S. is so damaged, in my opinion, that it's actually affecting.
There's your incentive for universal health care.
Just crazy.
Right there.
Thank you for the super chat.
Because the jobs are going to where they don't have to pay for the employees' insurance. Very cold. Very inhuman.
36 Chambers of Shaolin. You can answer later if need be. That is such a fun question. That is really, really cool to think about. My biggest experience with, like, you know, the Sean Golden Harvest was like a lot of the early Jackie Chan stuff. I think John Woo's several of his early films were through Golden Harvest, if I remember right. I'd have to double check. Both of those would be really fun. Yeah, absolute embarrassment. It's really, really depressing. Look, as a business, I sort of get that if they feel they need to cut expenses, then they feel they need to cut expenses. But it really hurts as a fan of, you know, a lot of these comic book characters to see some of these people let go. And so there's a lot of experience. I would say that the Marvel Studios cuts are just brutal. I clicked the link to register, and when I submitted my info, it went to the next page, and I don't see any options to bid or even a profile. No, they're just collecting that info for now. And when we start the claim sale, I will see who wins. I'll announce it. It might not be in the same order because I'm streaming to several different channels. Like you may see a different order than what I see. So I'll say who won, and then you can fill out that form with what you are getting. Okay? So good question. Anyway, let me keep moving with the news, and then we'll get to the claim sale. People still filtering in. It's just crazy, folks. Marvel has plenty of great ideas. How could they be hurting?
I have 0
Marvel's
Quintanas,
pushing
says
a Queen in
Asa.
Black
Voted
event,
1,
right?
but 2 is
They're
62.
pushing it pretty
0
hard. They've got blind bags
Quintanas.
announced.
Okay.
They've got
I
retailer
missed that
display
post earlier.
boxes, and apparently some pretty strange merch. Retailers will be able to order Venom World Bouncers. Venom World Bouncers. Collectible balls that are modeled after the symbiote-infested planet from Al Ewing's Venom World. Great. Anyway, a lot of cool variant covers, I will admit, like in terms of artists. Ryan Stegman is homaging his Venom #3 cover with 2 different covers, one with Hela, one with Null. We've got a swimsuit variant by David Nakayama, Mary Jane in a Venom bikini. Marvel Rivals cover from NetEase Games, Archer, Peach Momoko, lots of great people. Thank you again to Peach and Yo. They have helped me so much with my rebuilding efforts. Look at this. Hey, Chris, longtime fan, got me into comic books altogether. Have you ever thought of opening your own comic studio? That would be exciting, but look, A, I definitely don't have the money to do something like that. I'm asking for help on repairs to my house. And B, I don't really have the time. You know, I've got a day job. Maybe I can do a comic. That's the most I think I can fit in. But thank you. Yes, the Bouncers will definitely turn Marvel's fortunes around. Last week we talked briefly about DNX. A little bit more info came up this week. It interested me a little bit more. They said that the DNX event isn't just X-Men, it's also the Fantastic Four. But exactly why the Fantastic Four is involved, I don't know. Does this mean that they're canonically going to say that Franklin Richards is a mutant again? Who knows?
Did they say he
Beast
wasn't?
is the villain. He now has white fur. That's how you can tell he's a bad guy. He's turned white. And he calls himself the chairman. He runs an evil group called 3K, which sounds kind of like a phone service provider. But anyway, he's designed a virus that would transform everyone into mutants. I find this very depressing that in Marvel, the villainous Beast is not, say, Dark Beast from the Age of Apocalypse line.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
literally
thought he was.
the original Beast.
That's
and
ridiculous.
The good Beast is like from another timeline.
That's
That's so cool
ridiculous.
to have turned one of their original heroes
Yeah,
into a villain.
yeah, I agree.
But
I
then
agree.
again, I mean, it does add some pathos. I don't know.
No,
Anyway, this comes
does
out
not.
in July, and Free Comic Book Day right around the corner. Also, Comics Giveaway Day from some publishers like Marvel. And one of the covers is going to be what you see here, a 5-part connecting cover by Federico Vincentini. So that's one more than Jim Lee gave us, right? Didn't Jim Lee have the 4-part X-Men cover famously? And this is 5.
I thought it was 5.
It's got to be better. Good Beast is from this timeline. He went evil.
It's hard to imagine having read many comics with the
Did my
Beast.
friend Jimmy James jump in? Hey, there he goes. Your outfit tonight. I told you we're not reviewing Love Boat on Trash Movie Bonanza. Well, if I wear this outfit, it's kind of going to obligate you to do it, right? My friend Jim is awesome. He's been a good emotional support friend, and yeah, we're going to have to do another good Trash Movie Bonanza to lift my spirits. Let's keep going. DC has a couple interesting things that they announced on their press releases. This one's Dark Knights of Steel 2. I didn't read the original. I didn't realize this. It's fantasy themed? High fantasy? So anyway, Dark Knights of Steel 2 is going to be a 12-part series, written again by Tom Taylor, art by Otto Schmidt.
I like Tom Taylor on Nightwing very much.
The Great Houses of Elle and Wayne, the Kingdom of Storms, and the Amazons brace for the return of an escalating conflict. The peace forged at the end of the first series stands on the brink of collapse. I honestly never realized. I always thought with that name, Dark Knights of Steel, that it was more of a I don't know, cyberpunk story or something like that. So yeah. One sec. Anyway, the fact that it's fantasy interested me quite a bit. I guess you can't catch everything, right?
We just heard about that in the other podcast. It's like Game of Thrones meets DC Comics.
Sequel, or at least follow-up to
So the House of Storms, is that Shazam, Captain Marvel?
I especially like the first half of that run, but it's a good run. 100 Bullets, the U.S. of Anger, starring Lono. It's by the original creators, Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso. Such a big fan of Eduardo Risso.
Me too.
Lono is this guy. He was like an agent for this, conspiracy group called the Trust, and he's like one of the few people to survive. The Trust are the bad guys. But anyway, so he's back to cause trouble with millionaires, militias, and mega churches. It's Izzy. Nice to see you. Thank you. Oh, that really sounds cool, huh? Well, maybe I'll have to go back and get is Dark Knights of Steel one of the compact comics? Because if so, I'd check that out. 100 Bullets should be a compact series of compact comics too. All right, look at this beautiful lady. That's Adria Arona. I hope I'm saying her name right. I think I am. But the Hollywood Reporter announced that she has been cast in a mystery role in Man of Steel. If you watched Andor, you know she's incredible. Not just a beautiful person, but boy, what a tough role to have played. That character goes through some really harsh stuff and comes out pretty positive, all things considered, for Andor / what was it called? Rogue One. But yeah. Anyway, initial reports online were saying that she was going to play Maxima, but that isn't confirmed anywhere. So I don't know where that even came from. That might have just been a fan guess that got taken everywhere. Anyway, DC Studios has not announced who she's playing. I'll say this. Maxima? Sure. I guess that's a possibility, especially in a Superman comic. She's like an alien that also has super strength and flight similar to Superman, and she's looking for the perfect mate. Those are options, I think, that are very realistic. I could see them stealth casting her as either Wonder Woman or Big Barda, give a small supporting role.
Oh, Barda, that would be fun.
It could spin into something bigger. I especially think Big Barda is a possibility. I just think
I like that idea.
We're going to get soon. I know she's not the tallest, but maybe. In addition to pretty much the entire cast from Superman returning, by the way, Aaron Pierre is going to appear in the movie, they say, as the Green Lantern John Stewart. So, yeah. Yeah, it's Bix from Andor. Exactly right. So anyway, she's going to be in the Superman sequel. That they say isn't a sequel, but it's definitely a sequel. Congratulations to an influencer out there. Somebody that's a comic book YouTuber in my book. I call anybody that does videos about comics a comic book tuber. Sammy DeMonster. I'm sure a bunch of you know who she is. Tiny Onion announced this week that they have hired her as their community manager, which makes a lot of sense. She does a lot of promo, talking up James Tynion's books. She's a legit fan. She knows her stuff. She's going to run the company's social media channels and produce original content. She currently creates some weekly new comic book day videos, very regular content, frequently hosting from the Los Angeles store Revenge of. I would like to see that store someday. I haven't seen that one. Last time I went to LA. No, I was about to say last time I went to LA, I went to What's that store that's no longer there? Hold on, all of a sudden I'm forgetting.
Meltdown.
It doesn't matter then. I can't remember. She's got more than 30,000 followers on Instagram, more than 40,000 on TikTok, over 1 million likes. Meltdown, thank you, Dave. Yes, I was thinking of Meltdown, but I have been back to LA since, and I've gone to places like House of Secrets and Golden Apple and stuff. There's a lot of good stores in LA. The Phantom, and I've just used, nobody remembers this, but the Sci-Fi Channel once made a TV movie like a decade or so ago, probably more than a decade ago. The Phantom. But a new live-action
Phantom
TV
rules.
show based on Lee Fox superhero,
Yeah.
comic strip superhero, The Phantom, is in the works right now by both filmmaker and comics writer Reggie Hudlin.
This is a good thing.
Obviously, in comics, pretty famous for his Black Panther run. I think that was pretty influential for its time. Hudlin will direct and produce the TV series. That's in development at the at Hearst-owned King Features. King Features is also who owns the rights to the comic strip. Yeah, it was definitely trying to be the CW, just to be clear. The Phantom is big in Australia. It's big in places like Sweden. Yeah, Phantom is very popular overseas. Phantom's cool. Phantom is the first, I believe, masked hero to not have the pupils drawn in. That was just how Lee Falk did it. And obviously, that's how everybody draws superheroes these days. Yeah, India, he's popular, right? So if it was executed well, it's got a lot of potential on the global stage. In addition to the newspaper strip, Mad Cave, of course, launched a new Phantom comic book last year, so he's in the public eye in that regard. If you don't know, the Phantom doesn't have superpowers per se. He's
A
like
ghost
Batman.
who walks.
He's athletic. He's got gadgets. He's got a lot of lore. I mean, he's been around longer than any of our comic book superheroes that we read. So
Any of them. First superhero. That's what they
but
say.
one of the biggest things that makes him unique is that he passes on his mantle each generation. And I kind of like that it allows things to continue, but like start fresh every once in a while. Anyway, Hudlin, in the articles I was reading, also mentioned having a static movie in development. That was something like 10 years ago that I first heard Reggie Hudlin was working on a static movie of some sort. So, long time coming, but maybe it apparently still in the works. And the last piece of news I'll do before we're ready to do some claim sailing, some Southern Bastards news. Andy, nice to see you. An animated series called Phantom 2040 with Peter Chung worked on. Oh, Aeon Flux's Peter Chung? Amazing. I missed that. Huh. I've heard Phantom 2040, but I guess I didn't realize that Peter Chung worked on it. I'll have to check that out.
I thought Steve Ditko worked on 2040.
So last week, we learned that Kevin Bacon was cast as Earl Tubb in the Hulu TV adaptation of the comic. But this week, 2 more key roles were cast. The key roles, you could argue. First, we've got Erin Kellyman. And you've definitely seen her in something. She was in Solo, that Willow show, Falcon and Winter Soldier. She led the Flag Smashers. She's been cast as Roberta Tubb. She's a Marine, the daughter of Earl. She comes home to clean things up from the criminals who have taken over.
Earl was black.
And then Tim McGraw. I didn't see that one coming, but Tim McGraw will play Coach Ulyss Voss. He's the winningest high school coach in the South. He also runs a criminal empire in Prague.
Pretty great comic if you haven't read.
Note for Tubi. Oh, yeah, good point. Erin Kellyman was also in the recent 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. How did I miss that? That's a much more relevant...
That was a good movie.
Yes. I had a nice viewer from Australia send me some Proof Publications Phantoms, some recent ones a few years ago. Yes, I'm talking about The Singer. So I had to look this up because I didn't know about this. But McGraw is mostly known for his country music. which I don't really listen to, but that's okay. I know he's popular, but I guess he's acted in a bunch of those Yellowstone shows and movies. So yeah, Friday Night Lights energy for Tim McGraw.
Not really, unless they're rewriting the tone of the series. It's so dark.
Anyway, folks, that was
Oh my
everything I
God!
had for
You guys got to check out Southern Bastards.
And in a little bit, I should be getting a guest or two from Dynamite Comics, and they are going to help me do this claim sale. I've got a list of a bunch of comics, okay? There's also going to be some original art. Here's how this will work. Let me set the stage, okay?
We're going to burn up my green marker over here.
I'm just temporarily taking out my earbud.
Let's do it.
It was short so that I'm sure that we can.
That's what
start
markers
the
are
sale
for,
on time,
man.
because I've got to keep everything moving. But once the claim sale is done, I plan to continue doing reviews of like comics that came out this week, do some art, and talk with everybody that's normal. No, you beat me to it. So here's the way it'll work. I'll announce a book and the price and how many there are, because sometimes there are multiples. And if you want that, you have to type claim and what that book is, just so that I can keep it straight once we're moving forward. Okay? And then you might see that you were the first person on your end. That's not how necessarily I see it. I'm going to see it like because
I don't usually color other people's work, but my buddy Terry, he's a friend, so I guess I gotta do it.
Like I'd be like, West Coast Avengers, you won the claim on Lilo and Stitch issue 87.
When Terry needs something, I
And
gotta
then
be there for him.
you can fill out the form that is both in the episode description and it should be pinned as a comment. So that's where you can register yourself. That's where you can list what specifically you got. And Dynamite is going to help me with, fulfilling that. They'll take the payment. They will handle the shipping. And by the way, the shipping costs are in the description below, but let me go over that. Here's how it'll work, okay? If it's domestic, as in here in the U.S., up to 6 comics, add $10. That'll cover the shipping. If you're getting 6 to 12 comics, $15. 12 or more, it'll just be $20, okay? And
they should do it like
I think that's pretty reasonable. Now,
they should do it like Whatnot does it, right? 921.
Like, is it doable? Absolutely, but I won't know those exact costs until we know where you are based on distance and weight. So just know that the further away you are, the more you order, that could be potentially very expensive. Okay? I don't know exactly what it would be, and I just want to caution you. Like, can we handle it? Absolutely. It'll be okay. What you need to do when you fill it out is when we're done and you've got maybe you claim 2 comics, maybe you claim 10 comics, maybe just 1 comic. Just put that in the description on the submission form that I've got in the description, okay? I don't need to know your weight. I need to know the weight of how many comics we're shipping. So, very reasonable question, but I thought by now the folks at Dynamite were going to have jumped on. I don't have an update from them, so let me just make sure that they're doing okay on their end real fast.
If you don't know me by now,
I'll be right with you.
If you're fresh to the room, vote for your favorite sketch. There are no wrong answers.
Hey, Nick. I don't see you in the green room, so you guys need to click on the original link that I emailed you.
If you're a surfer,
And then I can add you so that you're here
if
on
you're a
the show as
whatnot
well.
surfer like me, swipe up, swipe up, swipe up, swipe up. You can swipe up into my stream. You can vote and keep on swiping and come back and see progress on this guy. If you have any questions or commissions that you're interested in, feel free to ask in the chat. Happy to help you out. I'm planning on doing some airbrushing. Excuse me. Damn. I'm planning on doing some airbrushing on the metal. Wish me luck. I'm still new to the airbrush.
And that'll be fun. Well, folks, it's exciting. We're going to have some original art. Even I don't know exactly what that is. We're going to have things like metal covers. We've got, of course, a bunch of Dynamite comics, since they're the ones doing this for me. We've got various exclusives that they've done with artists for their comics and other publishers. Sketch covers, a lot of ratios, a lot of like variant covers that come in rare ratios. A few CGC things, maybe a couple mystery boxes. So, oh really? Okay, hold on. I can invite you again. I think. Let me double check here. I'm gonna email you guys right now. I'm gonna email this to both you and Jeff. Nick, sorry for the confusion. That's on me for doing this for the first time. All right. Okay, I just emailed you guys the correct link for sure. Sorry for the confusion. Let's see. Mike, original Vampirella variant cover art. Oh man, I didn't even consider that. I could have like tried to sell the original art to you guys, huh? That would have been fun. I don't have it handy. Actually, oh, this is dark. I did lose some original art in the flood, and I didn't check very carefully. Now I'm just starting to think of it, that I'm not sure. I might have lost that. Yeah, I'm trying not to, like, I'm focused on, the repairs that we need to do to the house. I haven't really talked about the specific stuff that I've lost. But I lost some original art by me. I lost some original art by professionals. I lost some comics. It's very depressing, and I didn't want to bum everybody out. But yeah, I did lose some, and that might have included, now that I think of it, it might have included my Vampirella cover. But I don't know for sure. Here's how you could tell. I did it as like two separate pieces, I believe. I think yeah, because I'm on the cover going like, here are some tropes. I did that as like a patch that was added in. Yeah. Anyway, just waiting for Jeff and Nick to follow that link, and then I'll be adding you guys in here, and we'll get started with claiming some cool comics. There we go. They just got here. Ready? And ta-da! I've got some guests.
Chris, what's going on?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Perfect. I love the captain's
I gotta, yeah, good. I gotta steer the ship.
I love that. Yeah, so I think we had a quick hiccup. We had an older link, but you know what? Minor bump in the road. I'm seeing some names in the chat that I'm familiar with. So, man, Derek, what's up, man? Is it gonna be a good time?
It's going to be a great time. I just zoomed in a little so that we can all see some of the stuff that you've got up there. Now, Jeff, like, you tell me, is there a certain order that I should go in, or should I just go in the order of, like, what you sent me?
Yeah, let's go in the order of what I sent you. This way we can just have a nice little flow to it.
I love it.
If there's excuse me, if there's anything as we're flipping through, or if anything that you saw when you were going over the inventory that caught your eye, jump to it. But you know what? For the sake, let's go through that.
Then let's start, folks. This is exciting with some metal covers, and we're going to start with one by very popular artist these days, Ito. This is a Thundercats cover for issue 24 by Metal. We literally mean that it is metal. It's beyond foil, very shiny, virgin. We've got 2 of those, so if you want something like that, that is $100, and you've got a certificate of authenticity. I need to announce all these things. Yes, you can claim in the live chat. In fact, you have
to, Chris. Check
what?
this out. Is that these 2 medals that we have,
yes,
individually numbered. So that's actually 12 of 25 here, and the other number is, let's see,
that's good.
8. So each one's going to be individually numbered. You might want to zoom back. You don't want to see me too much.
Yeah. But, here we go. Just so that people can see it.
We got another guest here to my right. But yeah, this is an awesome cover. This was the Dynamite.com Beyond Wednesdays exclusive.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It sounded heavy when you set it down. I'll tell you what.
So real quick for everybody, just a quick reminder with tonight's claim sale, we are working with Chris on everything Dynamite and Dynamic Forces. Chris is going to get half the profits. I'm also going to present some of my personal artwork here, and Chris is going to get half of what they sell for.
Oh my God.
So if I take a haircut on it, that's fine. I can do whatever I want with my art. I can give Chris half the sale price. But when it comes to the comics, gotta pay the royalties, and I gotta pay my employees. So on my stuff, he gets half the money.
I get that. That's amazing.
And everything else, he gets half the profits, and we're gonna help him get things fixed. So that's Thundercats Dark Knight Metal.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. You're incredible. And there's a lot to go through, folks. I know not everything might necessarily get claimed, but if you want to come back and do it, that's fine. I'll keep showing some of this stuff. Let me be clear. All of these metal ones, we're gonna say $100, okay? Because they're pretty rare. They're pricey to produce. Let me show you what we've got. We've got 2 of each of these. So if more than one person wants them, we will be able to fulfill that. So the next one we'll show you that we have is Sonya Reborn, number 4, and that's also by Ito. I definitely recommend following Ito Scares Me on Instagram. Some beautiful, beautiful artwork. Painterly, to be honest.
You know what?
And some of this stuff will be less, some of this stuff will be more. I'm just being upfront, folks, on like what these cost.
This is actually 6. I looked at the 4.
That's issue 6.
Yeah, so here, ready? I'm going to show you that because for some reason it's in the wrong place, but I'm going to show you. The 4 looks like this, just the metal.
Oh my God.
Right, so she's got the sword up, right? And then when you go to the 6, since we're just doing it right there, it's like the companion piece, right?
You know what we'll do? Are these both metals?
These are, yeah, right now we're going through the metal section, sir.
Alright, so what I'll do is if anybody buys both metals, we'll knock $10 off if you buy both the 4 and the 6.
Oh, okay.
Just on these 2.
Yeah.
Everyone,
if you want to get both.
Room to play. I've got a little room to play on some stuff.
Awesome.
So we've got that. I'll keep things rolling since I'm not like seeing lots of folks maybe too rich for your blood. Can understand. We'll see. I think that it's a good value, but that's me.
the metals are also ultra limited. Did you mention?
Yeah. It's incredible. The metals we brought to the show today, they're going to be individually numbered and limited to 25. Right. Typically, the metals at most are 100 in that print run. These are all going to be 25, and then the actual lowest print run that we have on any of the metal that I've seen so far is this one. And we're jumping.
Look at that, folks! By Hack.
Yeah, this is cool. So Chris, Army of Darkness number 2, right? And these are limited to 6. Only 6 of these, right? So number 2 of 6. So again, like Nick was saying before, we were talking about they are harder to come by. right? Especially when you're having that limited print run of only 25 of them.
That one's Ursula, if you folks don't know. So if there's any Disney fans out there, Ursula from Dynamite's Disney Villain series, pretty damn cool. That's by
Jason Ray. Yeah, she's a fantastic Disney artist. Not limited to that. She's got a Vampirella that comes out this week.
Oh,
But
wow.
She's done a ton of stuff. She's all over the place. But she's absolutely lacing all of these Disney covers that she's on right now.
And then we have one more metal cover I'll just point out to everybody so that you know what the metal covers are. And then we'll do some other stuff. But we've got Mum-Ra the Ever Living, issue 1, in metal. Yeah. And that's Priest Lee, right?
Correct. Priest is on fire right now. So he's got this for us. He's done a bunch of other stuff from Absolute. He did that Midtown Absolute Batman that just came out last week. People talking about that book. But Priest is such a talented artist. He's on point with everything he does.
It's really good, isn't it? Yeah. These are some beautiful issues. Nice outfit.
25 of 25 right there.
25 of 25, folks. These are all super, super limited. So those are all metals. If you are thinking about it, you can like back
Is
up.
the Spawn Jam piece finished? It
The
is.
cover's pretty thick. Or closer to sheet metal. I've seen them before. They're thick.
Thanks for checking in, Joe Mar.
Yeah.
Amy does the snail thing where you can like hear it. Like,
should I run it for you?
Click on it. They're you can see kind of.
They're durable.
Yeah, they're definitely durable. Thicker than a normal comic book. Not too thick.
Jam piece starter upper. Get some of your favorite artists to fill in the spaces, or me. We could do a Cygor here. We could do a. I'm not so great at Spawn villains. Violator, Redeemer. A lot of ways to do it. We could do other Image characters: Youngblood face, Cyber Force face, Shadowhawk face, Savage Dragon face.
We're gonna do a giveaway too. I'm gonna give away a page of original art. I'm gonna give away a page of either Thor or Ultimate X-Men by Tom Rainey. It'll be like a $400 page of art. Hashtag thank
Look,
you.
Dayton Air Ock is in.
Hashtag thank you, Chris. So everybody enter hashtag thank you, Chris.
Dayton, you won a
Tonight, we are going to give away.
You won a giveaway on Scott Snyder's stream yesterday, right? Congratulations. Thank you for buying that, Joe Mar. Appreciate it. Yeah, didn't know I did. You just kind of popped in and popped out, huh? Good for you. The guy goes, Dayton Air Ock or OC or something like that. I don't feel so bad for misreading people's handles on here now. Somebody tagged you. I won 3 CGC slabs from Comic Tom the other day, too. Look at you. What's your secret, man? Gotta share with the class. It's a little on the dark side. Let's get me a lighter. Give me a lighter green. I can't tell you. You let slip my secrets to winning mental metal. That's not a real secret, though. That's like That's just like a common sense practice. Anybody read Southern Bastards, the Image comic? It's brutal. I tell you, it's brutal. Really good. Recommended. Did you watch the Snyder stream later that night? I watched it in the afternoon a little bit, and I watched it last night. Yeah. What was it, around 7 or 8 ish? Yeah, something like that. So yeah, Scott was there. I'm not really a listener. I'm kind of sitting with Sonia, and she watches the news and stuff. And a lot of times I'll just have the stream on, and I'll just be kind of watching out of the corner of my eye if we're watching TV or something like that. So yesterday I just kind of had the stream on my phone. We were watching Shetland last night, and which is a great show, by the way. You should watch it. And and I just kind of had the stream on so I could see what they were giving away and and whoever won and stuff like that. So they'd put the item up. I'd join the giveaway. I'd go back to the show. I'd see another item go up. I'd join the giveaway. It was kind of like that. I wasn't really listening, but I did notice that Scott Snyder was actually there for a while. They interviewed him. I wonder if that was like his house or something. And then I saw your name pop up as one of the winners, and I was like, Daytona. He said in the afternoon stream he had returned from picking up his kids and later taking another to urgent care. Holy cow. Yes, children. I imagine they take up a lot of your time. I hope his kids are okay. I hope all your kids are okay. All you whatnot whippersnappers out there with kids. I hope you're all healthy and wealthy and wise. Some of the chat was pretty they were pretty intense. They were like, "We love you, Scott." It looks like I might be going to Heroes Con, which is in June, I think. Anybody live near Heroes Con? I'm only 10 hours away. Is that close? Yeah, it's just drink a couple of Red Bulls and just drive through the night. You'll be there in the morning, fresh. You'll do well. It'll go well for you. So I'm hoping that the airline fares are fairly cheap. I'm just going down the coast. Come on, folks, give me a break, will you? And then I read somewhere that um, you have to clear your cache when you're booking an airline flight, because if they caught you looking earlier, they're going to raise their rates on you. Isn't that fucked up? I'm allowed one F word per stream because I'm a PG-13 stream. That was my F word for the day. I have a new friend. His name is Tobias Kodachrome. He offered a space for me at his booth across from Artist Alley. Now, I'm taking a chance because across from Artist Alley and being in Artist Alley, in my opinion, are night and day. So I'm taking a chance. But I thought I haven't been to Heroes Con in like 20 years, so it might be a good time to check it out. I'm taking a chance. I'm going to be masking a bunch of this off for airbrush purposes. And I think I'm going to move on to another piece. It'll do all my airbrushing at the same time. I'm gonna do that ooze piece. Start coloring that one. I think it'll look good. Keep it simple. Keep the color palettes simple. It'll work out. The limit is pretty high. Vote for your favorite sketch if you're just joining us. Thank you. The limit is pretty high. Daytona says, when I went to Florida, I had $1.5K in my pocket. And I didn't have to declare it. Lionheart says, you're going to Heroes. It looks like I have an opportunity to go to Heroes. I'm gonna jump on it. Are you gonna be at Heroes, Lionhearts? Yep. I will meet you in person, I bet. I still have to look into plane fares and stuff like that. But my new friend Tobias, who I met officially at Little Giant, he offered me a spot on his booth, which is across from Artist Alley. And my buddy Ian is going to be there, and he's got a hotel, and he invited me to crash at his hotel room. So I've got a place to stay. All I need to do is grab that airfare now, and I'm set. We've got Free Comic Book Day. That's coming up, right? Is that next month? That's a couple weeks, right? First Wednesday of May. And we'll be there. That's Entertainment in Worcester, Massachusetts. This past weekend, I just went to my local. Boy, this was good. This was fun. No traveling involved. Danvers, Massachusetts, North Shore Collector Fest. Boy, was that fun. It only took me about 5 minutes to get there because it's right in my town. You got to represent, right? If it's in your town, you got to show up. So I went to North Shore Collectors Fest. That was fun. Cozy little show. It was in one of those athletic, what do you call those? Athletic centers where you have indoor soccer fields and indoor basketball courts and stuff like that. So that worked out well. Literally rolled out of bed, jumped in my car, drove over. And that's an event that my car could go to because I don't like to take my car beyond 45 minutes. It's in the shop every 3 to 6 months, so I don't like to take it long distances. Is Sue in the same space? According to the cover, she's actually in the same room with him. So I wonder if I should. I'm feeling like I should make her in the negative zone also. Just as I said that, it didn't feel right. What happened? Did I get raided? Thank you for the raid. Who raided me? DA Comics with the raid. Thank you, buddy. We met DA at Little Giant Old School Comic Show. I met him in person. I have a photo that I have yet to post, but I have proof that I met him in person. Thank you, DA. If you guys haven't followed me yet, please follow me. I'm almost at 2,000 followers here on Whatnot. How cool is that? And then you can head over to Instagram and follow me there. I'm closing in on 3,000 followers there. We're doing some coloring today. I just sold a jam piece starter upper where you can get some of your favorite artists to fill in the spaces I've designed. Thanks to Jomar for picking this up. We've got a lot of stuff for sale. Check out the bin. If you're interested in me rifling through some of my pre-done commissions, I'm happy to do that, or you can just watch me finish coloring. Need a Kyle in my GL sketchbook, says Lionhearts. Lionhearts, you got a big Kyle last week too, right? Daytona, what is that name? Sounds familiar. DA. Chris Mullen in the house. Wow, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it, bud. He spoke highly of you. I speak highly of him. Iceberg is love it. Yes, sir, love it. You should have gotten it, I think, right? You probably received it in the mail by now, I think. Yeah, DA is one of my favorite, if not, he's my number one. He is my number one favorite retailer here on Whatnot for back issue stuff. He's super upfront about condition and he's super accurate also. He's not just saying, oh, this is a near mint and it's beat up or chewed on. Very reliable if you're buying back issues Great guy. Also, we had a good time at Little Giant Show. We did a live stream on the fly, and that was very cool. So it was great meeting him in person. So I speak just as highly about him. How's that? Did you guys buy anything from DA today? I bought 2 boxes yesterday. I bought 2 bulk boxes. No, day before yesterday. It had a bunch of 1970s DC Plop comics. There were 2 boxes. The lot was in 2 different boxes. And I don't know. I've been looking for Plops for a long time. I grew up on Plop since I was a kid. I remember the first issue of Plop, and I really liked it. Thought it was quirky, kind of funny, humorous, quirky characters. So it's time to revisit Plop at a good price. I did. So Lionhearts received his piece, and it was very well packed, wasn't it? Kyle's fun. I dig his mask. Damn, we got some heartburn going on today. Pardon me. Don't forget to vote for your favorite sketch at Sketch Cover Madness Round 7. We're revisiting some of the sketches I did in the last year or so. And this is Color Sketch Round 7. The winner with the most votes today across all my social media platforms moves on to the second group in the semifinals. So this will be fun. Tomorrow, Thursdays at noon. I'm always here Thursdays at noon. It's for over 3 years now. Tomorrow we're going to revisit. We're not going to revisit. We're going to do the final round of black and white sketch cover madness pieces. You pick pick your favorite, and then next week I think we'll start the semifinals. Okay, so I'm gonna say she's not in the negative zone like Reed. I'm gonna say she's just behind a wall, looking in the porthole. Yeah, so I was at North Shore Collectors Fest last week, and Tom said he's going to look into getting he's going to try to get a variant cover set up for me. We're going to work together on a variant. That would be fun. I don't know who the character is. I'm not sure how much clout Tom has, but we're going to find out. Hopefully it'll work out into something cool. In the meantime, I'm working on new Zodiacs. My favorite thing in all the world, the height of my career as a writer and artist, comic book artist. I encourage you guys to check out the bin. New Zodiacs Aquarius is about a teenage hacker, like Spider-Man meets Captain America, who wears a liquid metal second skin like the Silver Surfer, which allows him to access the web psychically with his mind. So he's kind of like the Robin Hood of cyberspace. Let's see what does this look like. These blues are sometimes misleading, what they look like on the cap and what they look like on paper. New Zodiac's Pisces is about my girl Cricket. She's a high-level psychic who communicates with the dead trapped on Earth, and that's not always the happiest thing. So it takes a toll on her psychologically and physically. Tune into New Zodiac's Pisces to find out her stories. I think let's do Sue, and then we'll start masking this off, and then we'll jump on. I'm probably going to do these connecting covers in color as well. Thanks to everybody who voted. It looks like Mojo is really jumping ahead. Nice to see a less recognizable character taken it. I'll be here for probably another hour or so. I'm gonna throw some red on this one, I think. Also, this will look cool. Let's do Sue, and we'll set this aside. We got some masking off to do. I'm gonna do some airbrush effects on the metal background and on the floor. There's a lot of white out in that face, so I'm going to stay away from a lot of rendering there. A lot of white out in her hair as well. So keep that simple too. Oof. No sweat. I know exactly how to fix that. I'm not a fan of the whiteout showing through the colors. I'm going to do a little short blast of airbrush because she's probably behind a window. So I'm going to do a short blast of white right in here, which will kind of suggest a glare on the window, and that'll blow out that weird whiteout pen. I'm sure Terry or the artist Gary didn't know that it was going to be colored with markers, and so you know you got to leave the piece in black and white in perfect form. So what I would usually do if I were inking this and knew that I was coloring it as well, I would save all of the corrections and the whiteout stuff for last. But it's not, no worries, actually. It's easy to fix. We can go either way with it. I'm going to do something cool and weird with this one. I'm going to mask this off at some point. And then I'm going to color these faces. And I'm going to mask this off too. And then we'll do some airbrush right down the whole center. Go blood red up on top, down to like an orangey red, down to maybe 0, maybe just a light orange. Really bump up the intensity on this. I'm going to get myself a true purple pen. There's some white out right there, actually. Speaking of the devil. I know how to fix that too. I had done this at a show in Denver, Colorado. And I sold it here on the stream. I think maybe to OG. And then OG put it up for sale, and I was like, damn, that's a good deal. So I bought it back. And then I was like, I'll just add a little color at some point and then sell it at 3 times what I paid for it. Yeah, create depth with all that drool. Some of it's coming from underneath the roof of his mouth. So we're going to knock some of that back. All right, so let's see. We mask this off. I don't think we mask off the logo because it's just covered with ooze already. So let's just mask this off, and then the rest gets airbrushed. Okay, what else? Anything else? Let me auction this off. I'll start the auction for a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mask this off. I'm going to mask these heads off. I'm going to cover the black or the back with red, like a deep, like bloody red. We're going to run from a deep red down into like a reddish orange in the background. If this is something that you're interested in, grab it now, and I will start working on it right now. Otherwise, I'll start coloring some of the other pieces, and I'll do an airbrush session all at once, probably tomorrow morning before the show. I'll just start airbrushing everything. But it's up to you guys. If this is something you guys have to have immediately, I will color the background right now. Just buy this piece. It's gonna look cool with the deep reds. This part of his face is really gonna pop, and hopefully this part will pop as well. No bites, no worries. I will be airbrushing this background and this background probably tomorrow morning. So we got a little less than an hour to go today. You guys have any questions or comments or interest in commissions? Let me know. Don't forget to vote for your favorite sketch. We've got Mojo. We've got Celestial Weaver, supporting cast member. We've got Havoc from the X-Men / X Factor. We've got a Batman Family Jam piece. Good stuff. So this guy, he's lit from below. The city underneath. This will be fun. And then we'll mask off the figure and the cityscape, and we're going to do sky and the lettering, the logo, and the Marvel trade dress, and we're just going to do this radiant moon glow out into night sky. That should be fun to look at. Mimosa yellow, this is. beady, beady, beep. Beady, 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 beep. Beady, 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 beep. Beady, beady. Anybody interested in Ninja Turtles sketch? I will run this auction while I'm working on Venom and Spidey. Here we go. Only $100. Maybe he needs some color too. If we add color, then we define that character, right? Because they each have their own character colors. And we got some white out there too. No worries. No worries at all. Okay. Ninja Turtle sketch has been launched. I'm not the best multitasker. I'm in the zone, it gets quiet, and I forget to do other things. Like run an auction. If you were to have seen me at North Shore Collectors Fest last week, this would be $150. But here in the comfort of my own studio, you get a $50 discount. Good for you. It works out for you. It works out for me too because I don't have to pack up any gear. I can just sit in my butt in my studio where I usually am during the day and just turn the camera on, turn the whatnot on, and sell some stuff. It's all good. No bites, no worries. Here's a Venom Jam piece starter upper. We saw a Spawn earlier. Get your favorite Venom symbiotes inserted in here. Maybe Spider-Man. Maybe some of Venom's superhero foes. I know he was in an issue of Iron Man, so you get Iron Man here, Spidey here. I think he's fought the Hulk in one of his miniseries, so you get the Hulk here. You get other artists to do their interpretations of Venom. That's cool too. You can get the symbiotes, Carnage, Shriek, Hybrid. There's quite a few symbiotes out there now. No. anti-venom, and then there's toxin and antitoxin, mesotoxin, militoxin. Did I run that? Jesus. There we go. Okay, it's running. And then Eddie is venom, and then MJ is venom, and then Eddie is anti-venom, and my head hurts. When you get 30 years with a character, you work out all the possibilities, right, story-wise. While I'm digging out colors, we can do this. Spidey. Hey, I might color this one too. Spidey and Miles. Cityscape. This one's 300, right? Single figure, black and white. In the bin is 150. Additional figures plus 100. You don't always see the whole figure. That's why it's less than 150. So that's 250 total. And then we got half a background in there with the skyscrapers and the web swinging web cluster there. So that's a total of 300, right? Yep. Here we go. 1 minute. I also have a CGC signature series account with CGC if you'd like to get your comic graded. We've got one submitted right now. Hopefully it's arrived. I haven't tracked the package yet. I'll try to do that tomorrow by the end of the day today, so I'll have information tomorrow. So if I color this, it's going to be 400. Or if you see me at Heroes Con, it'll be 450. Single figure, 150. No charge for the extra weapons getting thrown at him, bullets and knives, etc. Plus color is 250, right? Deadpool. This one I call Deadpool projectiles. Single figure, 150 color, plus 100, so it's 250 total. At a show like Heroes or at That's Entertainment on Free Comic Book Day, this would be 300. So get your $50 discount today. I know when you have a character that's been around for 60 years, like Spidey or Daredevil, they have many different versions of themselves, right? And here's the, not the original, but the classic, what I call the classic version of Daredevil. Don't forget to vote for your favorite sketch while I'm selling sketches. These are all claimed. This one was for Danielle. This one was for Ange. This one was for Danielle. This one was for Ange. Oh, that's weird. These were all randomly selected. So weird that the owner of these two is also going against the owner of these two. Very odd and different. Just realized that. What I tried to do is I grabbed, like, say 38 rounds of 4 is 32. So I grabbed my favorite 8 of each one, and I kind of like a 1 seed. I didn't want them all going against each other in one contest, so I put my 8 favorite pieces into one into each round, and then the rest were all just randomly generated, randomly placed. They're not they're not all in the same position. You know, my favorites aren't all in the same position. They're not all they're not thought through at all. This is just the luck of the draw kind of thing. So very odd that Danielle owns these two and Angel owns these two. Very odd. And interesting and cool how the universe works that way. I'm coloring this, so let's list this. Another jam piece, starter upper. This would be good for a show like Heroes because there are so many damn artists at that place. Get your favorite version of Spider-Man drawn into these spots. Get your favorite Spider-Man villains drawn into these spots. Get your favorite supporting cast members drawn into these spots. You can extend the number of characters by by drawing your own web or asking an artist to draw more web borders, so you can add more characters. Do I have to color this one too? I think this looks great in black and white, personally. Background's fairly simple, so I charge half price for the background. But a bust shot, head and bust shot like this is usually around 100. It's the background. Like I said, fairly simple. It's my window screen texture. So half off the background charge. It's just 150. This would be 200 at a signing or a convention. Keep that in mind. Oops. That's what you call a screw up. But no one will ever know when this is done. I'll be closing up shop soon, getting the final tally in, so get your votes in. Let's do, should we do one more? Sketch cover. I think I got one other one here. Oops. Why did I do that? I took it out of the bag. Why? I don't know. Here we go. MJ. Oh, MJ, she's not in the auction section, is she? You can find MJ in the bin, though. MJ is... I still have to create an MJ auction. MJ is item number 216. Single figure plus like half a figure. So it's 150 and 50 is 200. She might get colored too. You know? It might be fun to do like a psychedelic background for this one. Yeah, it's okay. Whoa, says Greens. Thanks, Greens. Companion piece, 2 connected covers, but they do stand alone. There are people, I've met them, who love Venom but hate Spider-Man. You could buy this if you were such a person and ignore this altogether, and someone else can buy this separately. But there is a deal if you buy the 2 together. I think I took $50 off. Now that I'm coloring it, this is going to be plus 100 for each. So let me see. I should probably correct that in the auction. So 150 single figure plus background, which is small background, simple background. So 50 for the background. That's 200 plus colors, 300. So the 2 together is 600. But I'll knock off 50 on top of that. Let's see, edit item. We'll just call it 550. And I will stick around and color this. I'm probably going to airbrush the background. We'll have like a moon, like a bright blue, ideally, from white to bright blue, and then from bright blue out to like a midnight purple. That's what I'm thinking, a gradation across the piece. So let's see, so confirm. Here we go. So we'll run the connected covers. $50, an additional $50 off. It's not just $50 off just for being a whatnotter, but it's $50 off for buying the 2 connected pieces. I wonder how these would look in cases. They'd probably be separated by at least that much, right? I wonder if you could put them in a case together like this. That would probably be best. Don't forget to vote for your favorite sketch. It's round 7. We're coming to the end. Next Wednesday will be the last round of Sketch Cover Madness Color Edition. And then we're moving to the semifinals. Tomorrow is the final round of the Black and White Sketch Edition. And we'll be moving to semifinals on the Black and White next week. You guys decide who the winner is. There's no wrong answer. And you can like them all and still pick one. It's possible. I've done it myself. I do miss the brush point on these warm grays. I'd love to get a warm gray marker with the brush pen tip. Um, Look at the difference between 30 and 40. It's pretty intense. cool. Let's start to close up shop. I'll finish these tomorrow. Thursdays at noon Eastern, always here. So I will finish these up tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I will probably hit these with some airbrush background. Some airbrush background here as well. That should look cool. And maybe I'll hit this with an airbrush background. I'm not sure if I'll do that tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. A lot of masking out going on this one at least. I want to get that one done. Okay, cool. So let's do the final tally, shall we? And then we'll blow out of here. I'm going to check on my Facebook, my Instagram, and my Facebook art page, and we'll visit some of these responses and votes. Let's see. Mojo is great, says Iro. Thank you, Iro. Zen Master votes for 4. Jay Larder votes 2. Miss Mayhem 3. So everybody's got a vote. That's nice. Tough choice for Angel today. Angel 21. He votes for 4. Kirk and Merlin the Cat votes for 4. Kirk. He's the man. He's so cool. Ken votes for 4 as well. Thank you to everyone who voted on Instagram. Let's hit the Facebook. Let's hit the Facebook. Holy cats, 19 responses here. All comments. Hugh Jones votes 3. Mahana votes 1 or 3. So I go with the first one. 1. Bob Almond says 2. You got to vote for 2. Mike Magoon says 1. Jonathan Brown says 3. Jonathan, he's a nice guy. I saw him at Little Giant. Also 3. Ian, Chase Nichols, I'd say 1 or 3. If I'm picking one, I'll say Mojo. That is a tough one to pull off. Great geometrics with the background and lighting. Another great warm, cool contrast with Havoc, though. Tough one. Chris Hebert says Havoc, 3. Ian, always so well described. Keith Williams says 3. J-Bo says 3. Wow, this could be anybody's game at this point. Sophia, who cosplays as Harley, votes for 4. Definitely number 4, says matches. Melissa says 4. Wow, there's a lot of opportunities here. I'm stuck between 2 and 3, but I'm going with 2, says Stan. Okay. 2, I'm not sure who the character is, but I love it, says John. See, look at that, Ainge. You got some stuff going on. Number 3, Havoc for the win, says Nicholas. Mark Reamer says Havoc, great light shadow. Okay. Jules says 2. William says 4. Sam says 1. Wow, everybody's got This is a tight ass race. Let's see. Okay, let's go to my sketch cover. Let's go to sketch covers. We actually got a vote inside sketch cover page for Eli. He votes for 2. Nice. Thank you, Eli. Appreciate it. You're so cool. You're so damn cool you are. Let's see. And this is Joe art page. Here we go. We got 2 answers. I'm a 4, baby. We got a vote for a 4 from Rick. And Angel voted for 4 again. I think, Angel, you're going to tip the scales here. All right. So Facebook is done. Instagram's done. I got to go to my Blue Sky account. Ha 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 ha. Where I have minimal followers, get minimum responses. Let's see. Let's see. Yep. Sure enough, we got a vote. Did we get a vote? Hello. Let's go with 4. Says Ange, patting the ballot box. No problem. You can do that. It's allowed. And then we go to. 1, 2, 3, 4 on our whatnot. We do a screen grab. Get your votes in just before I do the screen grab. This is the final whatnot tally. Here it is. Click. We've got 5 votes for number 3. 5, which is 14%. Well, a lot more people liked Havoc on my Facebook and my Instagram. So Havoc's got 13. And then the next is number 2 with 7. 19%. Plus 6 is 13. Tie. A tie for last place between 3 and 2. And then we've got 10. Number 4's got 10, which is 27% of the vote. Plus 11 is 21. Holy cow, this is going to be tight. And then we've got 15 for number 1. Plus 5 is 20. We have a winner. Batman Jam Piece moves to the semifinals, ahead by only 1 vote. Amazing. Look at all the votes. Clear winner on whatnot, but not so much in the Facebook and the Instagrams. So we have number 1 winner. Number 1. No, this is number 2 on whatnot. This is number 1 on whatnot. But this is the number 1 winner of round 7. This is going to be an exciting round. Let's see, who is Batman going up against? He's going up against 5 and 6. Rounds 5 and 6. So let's see if I can find those. He's going up against, it's a Jam Piece Festival. It's Jam Piece Spider-Man versus Jam Piece Spider-Man versus Jam Piece Batman. That's different. And now I need, where's my round 5? Where's my round 5 at? This is round 2. This is round 3. Luck of the draw. How could we know that two jam pieces would be banging up against each other? Here's number 5. So we've got two jam pieces and a Harley going against each other. Very fun. And then there's one more which we'll decide next Wednesday. And then tomorrow we're going to find the final. It's going to be the final round 8 for the black and white contest. So very cool, exciting times here at the stream. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it very much. Any last questions or comments? Cool. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon Eastern right here. Sound good? Cool. I'm going to raid you to Jerry.